y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taya and this is Taya's Turning Pages. Back with another book haul, and I'm really excited about this one because this is a collective Pango Books book haul. I actually haven't shopped on Pango Books in months. Like, the last time that I shopped on there was definitely sometime early in 2023, and that's simply because I had to really take a break from Pango because I was getting a little bit too unserious with the app, y'all. The fact that it's so convenient and affordable, in my opinion, really makes it easy for you to consistently buy books like every single day, and that's kind of like the point where I was getting at, and I had to chill. So I ended up deleting the app from my phone and took a break, but we're back. I have so many great books that I have to share that I got at really reasonable prices. I ended up getting a gorgeous special edition of one of my favorite authors' books. I also got an entire series for only $20, which I thought was a steal. But anyways, enough with the chit chat, let's get into the books. So like I mentioned, I did get an entire series for only $20, and it is a romance series, and it is the Twisted series by Ana Huang. So I have all 4 books here, but I will show you guys a close-up of every single book. First, we have Twisted Love. This is the first book in the series, and I love the cover of this book. I love the covers of all of these, but I just think that this blue is absolutely stunning. Then we have the second book, which is called Twisted Games. Then we have the third book, Twisted Hate, which you already know. I love the cover of this one. It's pink, so duh. Or red. I mean, red and pink, I don't know, but either way, I think that this is gorgeous, and I'm really excited about this one because I can already tell that this is going to be enemies to lovers. And then the last book that we have here is Twisted Lies. Now, I'm pretty sure that these are like the new covers. I think that the series used to have men on the front, but I know Ana Huang was picked up by Bloom for this, so she ended up getting these reprinted, which is really exciting. I love to see indie authors and also just like authors of color really getting recognition from these publishers and like getting their books out there to more people. It's so cool to see. Only 2 of these have the Bloom like imprint on the spine, so only Twisted Lies and Twisted Games, but Twisted Love and Twisted Hate don't have that. I'm not really sure what that's about. I wonder if that's why the seller sold this for like $20. To be honest, I really don't care about that. I just wanted the entire series for an affordable price because I've been wanting to read the Twisted series for a long time, but I've just never pulled the trigger on actually buying the book. So I'm really happy that I found these on Pango Books one night and got them, like I said, for the price that I did. So I don't really know too much about any of these books, with the exception of these being a romance series. So I'm not going to go into all of these synopses for every single book. I will at least read the blurb that's at the top of the cover. Right here, Twisted Love says, he has a heart of ice, but for her, he burned the world. Twisted Game says he can't have her, but he's taking her anyway. Ooh, okay. I don't know about that one. We're gonna have to see what that one's giving. And then Twisted Hate says he hates her almost as much as he wants her. Yeah. Olivia Wilde nod. Yeah, I can't wait to read this one. And the fact that this one is a bit chunky, oh, I'm gonna be in for a ride. And then the last book here, Twisted Lies, says he'll do anything to have her, including lie. Ooh, okay. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this series. I'm probably going to do a reading vlog for this, even though the wave I feel like for the Twisted series has passed. That's totally fine. I still want to give this a read, of course, and for my own opinions on this. And I know that Ana Huang has other books out as well, so I want to really dive into this, see what her writing style is like, and if I'm a fan of it, and then I'll go from there and possibly check out her other books. The next set of books that I have here are all by the same author as well. Like I said, they're by one of my favorite authors, so I'm sure you guys can already guess who it is. I'll give you a second. Kennedy Ryan. I do have a few Kennedy Ryan books here as well as some art prints, so we will get into those. I'm gonna save like the best one for last because that book is gorgina. I really want to like show you guys all of the details with that one, so stay tuned to the end. But the first book that I have here is the Hoops Shorts novella. So I don't know if too many people know about this or know that this book exists, but this does exist in the Hoops series universe. As you can see right here, I do have the entire Hoops series on this shelf. These are the special edition / illustrated covers, but yes, this book is a part of that series. Now, I don't think that this book was picked up by Bloom the same way that the Hoops series was picked up, so I think if you do want a physical copy of this, you are going to have to go on Pango Books or just like shop online on like eBay maybe, or go on Kennedy Ryan's website and check it out to see if she actually has this book available. But if you don't care about owning a physical copy of this, I think you can read it on Kindle Unlimited. This is indie published. There is no publisher imprint on the spine here, so this is a traditional like indie copy. I found this on Pango Books for only I think $8, and I'm so happy that I finally have this because I originally ordered this off of Pango Books last year and the seller was playing in my face and she just like never shipped it to me, so that was a whole thing. I'm glad that I found it again on Pango Books, and the seller that sold this to me was very sweet, very professional. I'll be sure to leave all of the sellers' shops linked down below. Getting back into this, these do follow completely different characters. I am going to read the synopsis on the back here because I don't even know what this is about. I just know that this doesn't follow the core Hoops characters. On the back here it says 2 novellas from Kennedy Ryan's critically acclaimed Hoops series. The first novella here is Full Court Press, and this is Avery and Deck's story. And right here it says Mackenzie Decker was a question Avery never got to ask, much less answer. They met when she was a young reporter fueled by ambition, and the ink on Deck's first NBA contract was barely dry. Years later, they climbed so high and lost so much, but one thing hasn't changed. The attraction that simmered between them in a locker room before is still there. With success like theirs, everything has been possible, except then. But that was then. The only question is, what about now? And then the second novella is called Fast Break, Quinn and Ian's story. Quinn. I was a world-class runner once. My dreams had wings, spun from wind and speed. Every time out of the blocks was a glorious flight, but then I crashed and burned. When I lost my leg, I thought it was the finish line. Little did I know, life was just beginning. Now they call me America's titanium sweetheart. What can I say? It tested well, LOL. The life I thought was over is moving so fast. I have my own gym, a fitness app, a clothing line, and an endless trail of endorsements. One thing there's never time for, love. One thing I don't have time for, games. Come real or don't come at all. In a field full of players, I'm looking for a real one. Otherwise, I won't stop. Ian. I had hoops dreams. I wanted to be like Mike, jump like Magic, and soar like Dr. J. But a college injury grounded me. What I thought was game over actually opened up a whole new world. Fast forward to now. I'm coaching some of the NBA's best. They call me the machine because I'm obsessed with stats and data. My near photographic memory means I remember every play. I see the court clearly, but I never saw her coming. Quinn Barrow stops me in my tracks. Pursuing my first championship, there's been no time for love. I'm more than willing to chase her. But will she slow down long enough to be caught? So I know for a fact that the female MC in the second novella, Quinn, actually makes an appearance in Blockshot. Her and Banner know each other. So I do remember Quinn, and I liked her character, so I'm excited that she's going to get her own love story. Now, in terms of the first novella, I don't know if I remember Avery and Deck. They might have been featured in one of the previous books. Now that I know that Quinn was, I'm not sure which book these two are featured in, or if they're featured at all, or if only one of them is featured. So I'll definitely have to see and report back. But I do plan on rereading the Hoop series anyway, and I'm definitely going to include this book in that reading vlog, so that way I can have a little bit of old and new mixed in. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that, so that way you can know my thoughts on this book, and so that way you can also learn more about the universe that is the Hoop series and figure out, you know, which characters appear in which books, etc., etc. And then the next book that I have here is Longshot. I already talked about this book in my last collective book haul video. I told y'all in that video that I really wanted to get a signed copy of Longshot, and I wanted to get a special art print that came along with this book if you ordered it from this website / bookstore known as Page 158 Books. So I ended up going on their website and just browsing around and seeing if they still had signed copies in stock and if they actually had the art print in stock. And lo and behold, they did. I was absolutely shocked. I did not expect them to still have copies of this available as well as the art prints. So I reached out to their customer service team to just like make sure that if I purchase this that I'll actually get the art prints, and they confirmed that I would, and they were so generous and so sweet. And y'all, they actually gave me 3 art prints of August and Iris. Like, I'm so gagged. Like, they did not have to do that, and I appreciate them so much for that. I already talked about this on my stories. I am going to keep one for myself, of course, and then I'm going to give one of these to my friend. You guys might actually know who this friend is. It's Jordan from Sorry Book Solid. I'll leave Jordan's channel link down below. I actually gifted her a copy of Longshot, and she read it and gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and now she's obsessed with the series. My agenda worked. I'm going to give one of these away to her, but the final one is going to be given away to one of you guys. So I do plan on hosting a giveaway where I will give away a copy of this art print as well as my Target edition of Longshot. So definitely make sure you follow me over on Bookstagram, because once I actually kick off the giveaway, the rules, details, all of that will be, you know, over there, and it's just easier for me to host a giveaway on Instagram. So more to come, but I'm just so appreciative and so grateful that Page 158 Books sent these my way. My faves look so good. Look at them. The way that they're staring at each other. The quote at the top where it says, "I play you at the 5." Come on, get into it. Get into it. This is gorgeous. I can't. And this is literally how I envision August and Iris look too. The artist that draws these types of art prints, I follow her on Instagram, and she is so talented. I adore all of her art prints and imaginings of these characters and these romance stories because they just eat. But yeah, here's one more look, and it's just stunning. So stunning. So yeah, really happy that I was able to get these. And then of course I did get a signed edition of Longshot, and this isn't personalized like my Blockshot or Hookshot edition, but that's totally fine. But as you can see right here, this is signed by Kennedy Ryan. So I am going to switch gears here, and I'm going to do the unboxing now because, like I said, the last book that I have is a special edition, and I just feel like that's the most exciting, so I will show that at the very end. But let's get into this little measly unboxing. Okay, that was actually easier to open than I thought. I thought I was gonna have to break out the scissors because they take this up, which I appreciate. I always appreciate when the sellers really go above and beyond to make sure that your books are protected, but like, this almost taped up. The book that I have here is The Merciless Ones by Namina Forna. So I mentioned in my most anticipated book releases for February 2024 video, I will leave that linked above in the cards, that I am anticipating the 3rd and final book in the Gilded Ones trilogy, with the first book being called The Gilded Ones, and then the 3rd and final book being called The Eternal Ones. So I'm actually not going to read the synopsis for this book because this actually picks up right after The Gilded Ones, and I haven't read The Gilded Ones yet. I think I am going to do a reading vlog where I read the entire trilogy. This series follows our main character, Dika, and Dika lives in this village in Africa, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure of the time period, but she lives in this village village, and there's a ceremony known as the blood ceremony that takes place, where essentially young girls are forced to participate in, and they end up getting pricked. And if their blood is red, then that means that they are pure and that they're essentially good to stay in the village. Whereas if your blood runs gold, then that means that you are impure and that you're a danger to the village. And of course, once Dika is pricked, it's discovered that her blood runs gold. And because of this, Dika, as well as any other girl whose blood runs gold, is pretty much, I think, like rounded up and are going to be taken off to, I guess, either be exiled or executed. I'm not sure which one. But either way, Dika ends up escaping her fate and travels for a long period of time and ends up discovering this world slash space where she finds other women and young girls who share the same blood as her. But they're actually warriors. So these women know how to fight, they know how to defend themselves, and they know how to, you know, really get active. And I think you follow Dika as well as these women throughout this series, gearing up for this epic battle that's to come. Even though this type of series is out of my comfort zone, it does sound very interesting and intriguing, especially because a lot of these books have a lot of commentary. I actually received an author's note when I ordered a copy of The Gilded Ones, and Amina Forna talked about the societal expectations that are placed on young girls and young women, and just some of the trials and tribulations that we have to go through, especially women and young girls in other countries. I'm just really excited to dive into this series and see how it all plays out. I'm not a huge fan of like graphic content in that way, so we'll see how this goes. But again, I'm really excited to dive into this, and all of the reviews that I have seen on this series I feel like are unanimously positive, so that's really cool to see. I had to search for it, but I wanted to quickly show you guys what The Gilded Ones looks like. So this is the cover of The Gilded Ones, and as you can see here, this is so beautiful. This is actually the Owl Crate edition of The Gilded Ones. So this is signed by Amina Forna. And it also comes with this author's note that I mentioned earlier. So you can't really obviously see that, but it's like a lot of text on the author's note. And like I said before, Amina Forna goes into detail about her thought process for this book and also the larger commentary that's in this series. I just think that these are gorgeous. And I said this in my anticipated video that I feel like Amina Forna and her illustrators really take their time to make sure that these covers are eating, because they are. Like the gold, the colors, just everything pops. All right, y'all, and the last book that I have here is the special edition book that I can't stop talking about, and it is Real by Kennedy Ryan. So I'm still shocked and gagged over the fact that I own this now, because this is actually a part of a book box that I'm pretty sure a few booktubers put together. So I know for a fact that Sam from Sam Reads a Little was a part of this book box curation, and also A Novel Life was a part of this book box curation. And I think she's the one that actually selected this book to be featured in that book box. So shout out to her. I'll leave their channels linked down below too. And even though I love the fact that these booktubers were able to come together and collaborate on a book box like this, I really only wanted the special edition of Real. I am trying to collect all of Kennedy Ryan's books, and if that includes special editions, then that includes special editions. When I watched Sam's video of her going into detail about the books that are featured in this book box, she showed this and I moved out of my seat, because I was like, oh, I need that ASAP. And so I went on Pango Books and I actually found a seller that was selling this book. And I'm not sure if these books have been sold yet, but I've seen a few other sellers selling the special edition too. Mind you, I haven't read Real yet. It's actually on my February TBR, and it is a priority because I have been saying that I'm going to read Real for so long and I just haven't yet. So I'm really going to use this month to finally knock this off of my TBR and see what the hype is about, because I see so many readers praise that book, and obviously it's a fan favorite because it was included in this book box. Real follows an aspiring actress named Nevaeh, as well as her love interest Cannon Holt, who is the director of the film that Nevaeh is starring in. And I think that the film actually depicts Harlem Renaissance. Nevaeh and Cannon are in this sticky situation because she is the actress, he is the director, and so this definitely does break some protocols and is considered a forbidden romance. You follow them throughout the story of them obviously trying to get this movie up and running and off of the ground, as well as them trying to figure out if they can actually embark on a relationship and it doesn't destroy all of their hard work and success when it comes to Nevaeh being an actress and Cannon being a film director. And I'm sure there's obviously more to the story. I haven't read this yet, but that's the general idea of the book. Here is a better close-up of the book. Wow, this is beautiful. Like, do y'all see that? This dark purple goes so well with the scheme of this book. I am obsessed. And of course, I love the little odes and nods to the themes of Hollywood on this cover. Like, look at that. And then this is the back. Like, do y'all see the raised text? On the back here it says, "One moment in the spotlight." And these are the sprayed edges right here. They obviously look like film tape or like real tape, I guess. I'm not good with the terminology, so sorry. And this is what you see when you first open the book, which I think is really cool. My lighting is going berserk, of course, so I'm gonna just try to show you guys what I can as best as possible. Oh my gosh, there's a quote in here from one of my favorite books. It's by Zora Neale Hurston. Right here it says, "If you can see the light at daybreak, you don't care if you die at dusk. It's so many people never seen the light at all." Zora Neale Hurston, Their Eyes Were Watching God. Oh my gosh, I love that book so much. I feel like it really sets the tone for how the book is going to go in terms of Black history, and I just love that. And for those of you wondering why I read the quote like that or why it's written like that, it's because Zora Neale Hurston included raw Southern Black dialect in Their Eyes Were Watching God, which was unheard of during the time in which this book was published, which I think was around like the 30s, maybe 1930s. But yeah, it was very unheard of for Black authors to be able to get their books published, first of all, but to be able to publish books with Black Southern dialect. And these are what the pages look like to the start of each chapter, and I think that this is a nice touch. I love when I see this in books. And this is also another reason why physical books are unmatched, okay? Like, come on, get into it. But yeah, I'm so happy that I have this in my collection now. But that's not all, y'all, because I also received art prints. Yes! So I'm pretty sure that this comes with the book box as well. I'm really happy that the seller included this in my purchase and didn't try to sell these separately, because that would have been too much. But these are what the art prints look like, and these are our main characters. We have the male MC, which is Cannon Holt, and he's the director. And then you have our female MC slash our leading lady, Navia. Similar to the long shot art print, I just think that this is stunning. And I need Ken and Ryan to do more art prints moving forward. Like, we just need them for every single book. I need one for Block Shot, and I need more for the Kingmaker series. Now I might do something similar and give one of these away, because I really don't need 2 of these. I would obviously keep the signed copy for myself, but again, just make sure you follow me over on Bookstagram, because that is where I will give you guys information and details about upcoming giveaways. But of course, I will let you guys know my thoughts in my February wrap up. All right, y'all, and those are all of the books that I picked up from Pango Books recently. And again, I'm really excited and happy about all of my purchases here, and I can't wait to dive into every single book. It's gonna take some time, except for real. It's gonna take some time though, but I'm still just really happy that I have these books in my library now. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna leave all of the sellers that I shopped with linked down below in my description box, and my personal Pango book shop is also linked in my description box. It always is. I haven't updated my inventory or sold any books on Pango in a while, because like I said, I deleted the app. But I do plan on getting back into it and selling books that I don't want anymore. So make sure you follow me over there, just in case you want to shop my shelves. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me and my channel out. And lastly, please make sure you follow me on Bookstagram as well as Storygraph. I will leave all of that information linked down below, as well as at the end of the video, like I always do. I will see you guys in the next video.